Hmm. Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So tonight's question is, did Luna go too far on the Ball and the Beautiful? Plus, it's my birthday, by the way. Um, you know, this question is not just as simple as you may think. This question is pretty much a morality question where you really think about it. She unalived two people, was going to unalive two more people, and people were kind of fine with that. But then when she sexually assaulted Will, people felt like, oh, that was too far. So what exactly is too far? Now let's sit there and get in the roll call, get this started. First of all, before I do that, Amy H, thank you, Amy. Let's everyone thank Amy for the super chat. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. You have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Um Krista is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma, aka Mr. GQ is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you, everybody, for coming through tonight. Um, we all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. Queen of the South. Thank you. How are you doing tonight? And thank you, Sean. Seriously, thank you. I really do appreciate that. You have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. I don't know why it's so hot in here now. Why is it so goddamn hot? It's like out of nowhere, it just got really hot. Okay, let me go and turn on the AC. Yeah, good old AI slop. Okay, let's try this again. Seriously, thank you, Sean. It's good to see you too. It's good to see you too, Queen. Brian says, how you doing tonight? Let's have some fun. Where's my drink, sir? Where's my drink? Okay, let's make sure that. What the? Okay, let's make sure that. Well, no, Ron, because I saw the previews, so I knew that. Francis says, you know, Luna going to be birth. Yeah, unfortunately, right? And thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. Let's everyone thank Queen of the South. Seriously, thank you, Queen. You are fucking awesome. Thank you. We're gonna pour the whole goddamn cup tonight. Of course, I got to be still careful since I have to wake up early in the morning. Um, thank you, Queen. Seriously, thank you. Oh my God, that tastes so good. Mm, mm. Seriously, thank you, Quinn. Thank you for being a part of the channel and for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, Ryan. I mean, I saw the preview, so like I knew she was gonna be in the courtroom. Like we all knew that, and we knew that she was gonna sit there and sacrifice herself. I just don't understand how Marlena was like, yeah, okay, okay, Ryan. I'm sure you are. And that's gonna be so messed up, man, because like that child's gonna be a product of Yvette. How you doing tonight? Susan R, thank you for joining. Thank you. I appreciate that, Susan. I had a great day so far. I had a great day. Really? You know, I didn't notice that, Francis. I usually fast forward through the opening credits, so I didn't even notice that. That's interesting. Yeah, Queen is awesome. So good. Seriously, Queen, thank you. Today was actually pretty good. I woke up earlier than my alarm clock because I set my alarm clock to make sure I was gonna be good. And I actually woke up earlier than my alarm clock. So I was like, I was going to be on point tonight. I had to upload some clips, so that's why I'm using my phone right now. But when it finishes charging, I'll switch to the laptop. Um, but yeah, we're gonna talk about all the soaps. We're gonna talk about all the soaps. You know how we do. You know how we do. Um, yeah, he's gonna be, that child. If there's a child, it's gonna be a product of, well, y'all know what she going, y'all know what that baby's gonna be a product of. Unfortunately, It- the reason why I'm sitting there asking if it went too far because DC was in here yesterday and he practically sat there and said um, that unaliving someone and sexually assault, in his eyes, it's the same thing. He finds them both to be the same thing. I personally think that sexually assaulting someone is actually worse because I feel like it's the murder of a soul. But I do find it really interesting that people are now calling the show disgusting and what Luna did was too far. And I'm like, so her unaliving people wasn't too far? That's true, Ron. That's true. That's true. I can see that happening. Because I mean, Lee's already Smith, they're talking about, oh, I'm gonna get you some legal representation to get you out of this mess. Get you out of this mess of unaliving two people? I wonder how gun ho is she gonna feel when she finds out what Luna did. Gloria, I like challenges. Yeah, yeah. A lifetime of therapy, a really good lifetime of therapy. Um, challenges, a lifetime of therapy. That's what that child's gonna need. Let's just be real for a minute. Uh, I mean, the sad thing is that well, not even a sad thing. The thing that angers people is seeing her smug smile on her face, like, oh, I got with Will, I got my dream man. Girl, do you understand how you got with him? Like, do you not understand? What's good, Krista? Krista Ramirez in the chat. Was good? Yeah, the sad thing is, for instance, when she finds out what Luna did, because Luna's all like, "Oh, it's no big deal. I just went out for a walk to stretch my legs. You're doing too much. I can see why Finn marries." Thank you, Susan. Seriously, thank you so much, Susan. Susan R. Let everyone thank Susan R. That I really appreciate that. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. Let's everyone thank Susan for that. Seriously, let's everyone thank Susan for that. That was very generous. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta sit there and say this was actually a good day, and I didn't even do anything. I'm going out next weekend. Next Saturday, I'm going out. Seriously, thank you, Susan. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Yes, I saw a little bit of that on a channel called soap.com. I didn't know it was on entertainment news. That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, yeah, of course they're friends in real life. They're not like, is this the part where you're gonna sit there? Well, Francis, you being here is enough. I appreciate that alone. Seriously. I'm not gonna tell you no, but like I appreciate you just being here. Um, this day has been very chill, very relaxing. Yeah. Went out. I didn't even get cake. I think I probably did want to do a cake like next week, but I just went out and got me a rotisserie chicken. I was happy with that. Bought me one of those rotisserie chickens from the store. That's good. I'm probably gonna sit there and snack on that when I switch back to my laptop. But yes, Ron, they are friends in real life, just like Sheila and Brooke. Um, I don't know about Phyllis and Victoria on the show, but I saw them do a live stream. They're friends in real life, and General Hospital is pimping out their fan event. Excuse me, for Graceland. You get to meet your favorite stars, and hopefully people don't act like a fool like they did that one time when they booed um, Cynthia Watros. Have some very fun plans. Darby, what is good, Darby? How you doing, my friend? Oh, she said how. Okay, so yeah. Francis, so Queen said click on the dollar sign on the chat bar and the options are there to send a donation. Yeah. And I stay on mine. Yes, that's right. Cynthia Watros and Laura Wright are good friends. They've been good friends for a while. And Laura Wright are good friends. Good friends for a while. Yes, on the right hand side. Literally says a dollar. It actually says a dollar. Like a half a little dollar sign. But I gotta pace myself tonight. As much as I want to sit there and get fucked up, well, not fucked up, but like I was like, oh yeah, I gotta wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Darby, thank you, Darby. Darby is fucking awesome. Holy shit, Darby. Thank you. Shout out to Darby. Oh, cool. Nikisha got one. Alicia got one. Kim, Black Pink Me, and Maria got those free memberships. That's what's up. Thank you, Darby. Darby's a fucking rock star. I appreciate you. Wow, I feel like that drink has hit me so much more fast than I anticipated. Well, I'm glad that she didn't get attacked either one, because it's a TV show. Um, so oh, that tastes so good. Whatever happened to my other cup? I had another green cup in here. I don't know what happened to it. It's kind of weird. Yes, exactly. Thank Darby. Darby the rock star. Um, do, do, do. Yeah. Well, there's so many soap operas to talk about, but What everyone think about General Hospital today? I could have. Debbie says, I just wish I could afford to invite everyone to our. Yeah, no, listen, Darby, you got 5 people in there, so they're gonna come through. So I appreciate that. Um, and I had some fun stuff planned this weekend, so we gonna have a good time. We have a good time. But I appreciate you doing that. Like seriously, Darby, it'd be cool to sit there and have some of the people back in there. I'm not gonna sit. Well, like I said, I got some fun plans tomorrow. I have a feeling. Oh hell yeah, Sean. She was up there just listening in like a little schoolgirl. Um, what do I think is going to wind up happening? I mean, they're probably going to be like, "Who put you up to it?" Um, Brady's going to probably feel like shit because Brady's going to go in on her. Going to go in on her, and then when he finds out why, he's going to feel kind of bad. I really do blame Brady. I really do blame Kristen for Rachel's behavior. That's how I look at it. Mm, That's how I look at it. I really do blame Brady. This chicken is just looking so goddamn. I still have a little bit of rotisserie chicken, and normally I don't eat food that's like really kind of sloppy, but like it just looks so goddamn good. I'm doing good, Black Mom. I'm doing good at it. Well, I was off today, so that was great. I had a very fun and relaxing day, just doing pretty much nothing, and I get to hang out with you people. So Francis says, "What do you think about the gay storyline making Leslie Barbara's daughter? I don't think Barbara is really dead." Nah, I think, well, I personally think that she's really dead. I'm a little annoyed because I feel like we have to sit there and see more cartoony Barbie. I mean, cartoonish Leslie. It was like she was annoying before, and now that she has money, it's like she's upped it. I think it was clever. I will sit there and say that. I think it was clever. Darby says Brady always gets blamed. Brady always blamed her for everything, but some some of this is Kristen's fault, but is some of this is as Rachel's father. Well, how do you blame your? Okay, you said this yesterday. How is this? How is some of this Brady's fault? Sean, it's funny. It's like, well, at least Britt knocked on the door, unlike what you call it, unlike Molly, who just walks on in. Weak parenting. Okay, really? Because that's kind of a stretch, but okay. Eagle says, I just wanted to wish you a great weekend. I did not see the show today. After I will be after the football game. Okay. Well, thank you, Eagle. I appreciate you. Seriously. He was there. He was there, but okay, let's sit there and think about this for a hot minute. Rachel felt that she can solve her problem of getting back to her grandmother with a gun. Who generally tends to solve their problems with guns? Brady or Kristen? But no, okay, no. When you Cherry ice cream was good, Cherry. But think about it though. Who between the two of them, who is more the gun-toting parent? Kristen. Okay, yeah. Darby, I swear, I feel like you're missing my. I feel like you're missing the point on purpose. This is about learned behavior. This is about learned behavior from my viewpoint. What's good, Sean? The funny thing is, there's nothing funny about it, but will intention, will intentional or not betray a lecture prove Remy right? How? How? I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, is a lecturer actually has an issue with Will for something that was done without his consent, then that says more about a lecturer than anything else. I'm gonna have to call you Sean too. I'm gonna have to call you Sean too. Sean Green. No, I'm gonna call you Sean Green since I got two Sean's in there. You're gonna be Sean Green because your icon is green. Um, but it did make me sit there and think about that though. She the whole time, why does Molly act jealous when Cody and her aren't even a couple? I mean, she wanted to be a couple with him, but I don't know if you saw my review, Sean, but like she's the type of person that overthinks everything. And Cody doesn't. I like I don't understand how somebody who's very impulsive and who just kind of thinks from their feet wants to be with somebody who has to sit there and overanalyze and second guess everything. I don't even understand how that works. And I get opposites attract, but Cody wants kids. When is Sean Green? When did Cody ever actually sit there and say that he wanted kids? Darby says, I see what you're trying to say, but parenting isn't easy. Brady is her father, and like they always say, fathers get more blame for their kids' bad actions than praises for their good actions. Okay. But it is what it is. It's not fair. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I look at it. See, the thing is, Darby, this isn't a situation. Well, let's say that Johnny was acting out. Like, let's say Johnny was acting out, then we can be like, okay, well, is this Sammy's fault or is this EJ's fault? Because both of them have their crash out moments where they both take shit too far. So it's if Johnny was the type of person that was like bad and just doing terrible things, then I could be like, okay, well, I can see that being Sammy's fault, and I can also sit there and see that being EJ's fault. Now I know that Brady was kind of bad, like back in the day or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that was before he got together with Kristen, and ever since then, even when he did stuff that I don't consider really that bad, Kristen has always like double or triple when it came to his being an example of a bad parent. So, um, is that show Sean? I mean, I can't blame her. I mean, she don't got no job right now. No, I mean, I get that, Darby. I just, it's not about them pointing fingers. It's about me pointing. It's about me pointing fingers, and my finger is pointing towards Kristen. But I just didn't understand how Marlena was like. She kept sitting there looking at EJ like, well, you can't sit there and tell the course what Rachel did, because if you tell the course what Rachel did, then she's going to be traumatized. I was like, and if I don't do that, then Johnny's going to be traumatized, and he goes to jail, jail. When she goes to act when he goes to actual jail, then he's going to be traumatized. That's the part I didn't understand. That it's like she kept saying like, well, you can't do that. And you know what? If I'm going to be honest, as much as I don't like Chanel's shitty attitude, I can't blame her because I mean, Broski EJ tried to sit there and set her up with AI. Amber was good, Amber. Hmm. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, shot a person. Marlena should get her license revoked. Hmm. Well, Sean, it looks like she may be retired permanently if Pascal has his way with Jocelyn. Well, what's your issue with Marlene? What's your issue with Marlena, Darby? Curious, what's your issue with Marlena? This is why I normally don't eat chicken on camera. But Sean, let me ask you a question. If she wasn't doing the WSB stuff, what would you want Jocelyn to be doing? I don't know, Darby. I mean, she treated her husband. She treated John a couple of times, right? She tried to hypnotize him into remembering stuff. All right, that just proves your point. Being a Costco just okay. Being a Costco, okay. All right, all right, okay. I never really put ketchup on stuff. I mean, I put mustard on stuff, but ketchup, eh. I feel I'm too lazy to sit there and really put that type of stuff on there. Like I just eat hot dog plain. No no ketchup, no mustard, no bread, honey mustard. I do that with bologna sandwiches. Mustard on cheese steaks. Yeah, I that's kind of a Philly thing, but I feel like I'm gonna need some more tomorrow actually. God damn. Cherry ice cream, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It was a very good birthday. Very good birthday. So thank you. Fried bologna sandwiches are good, yeah. And Sean says, I'm on vacation to after Labor Day. What are you gonna do, Sean? What are you gonna do on your vacation? What are your plans? What you got going on? What movies and shows you gonna be binge watching? I wanna know. I know Sean Smith, they're probably looking at me like, damn, bro, you like mad invasive. Camp Cod, okay. That's what's up. Peacemaker season 2. I still gotta watch Peacemaker. Well, first of all, I gotta finish watching Titan and Stargirl, and then when I'm finished with those, then I'll sit there and watch um Peacemaker. I got two shows to go. Thank you, Queen Janet. Thank you. You know, Darby, I heard that twist. I heard that the second season is the last season. I don't know if that's true, but I saw it on Peacock. But it was also fast. But I heard that well, I saw it. I thought I saw it that it's the last season. I don't know if that's true or not. But thank you, Janet. Thank you, and thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being here tonight. It was a fun day. Yeah. Like I said, next Saturday I'm going out. I'm going out next Saturday. Well, honestly, tell you the truth, a lot of times I'm a very simple man in a sense. You know, Jenna says I did like Beyond the Gates today. What did you like about it? What did you like about Beyond the Gates? If you don't mind me asking you, can and I'm not gonna lie. Part where like Chelsea was like chloroform. Jenna says I like the Leslie and felt it. I like Leslie and felt it was a lot more interactive. I also like the Bold and the Beautiful. We're gonna talk about Bold and the Beautiful, Janet. Where are you going? I'm gonna be with family, Queen. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be in Brooklyn or if I'm gonna be somewhere in Long Island, but I'm gonna be somewhere. Yeah, Darby. Yeah, pretty much a sexual predator is on a prowl. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be somewhere though, Queen. It's either gonna be Brooklyn or somewhere on Long Island. Blackmon says, will your lady love be there with you next weekend?" I wish. I wish. We gonna have to get Cat Lady out here. We have to get Cat Lady out here. I don't care how I'm gonna do it. I don't care how much money it costs. I'm gonna do it. Jenna says Will's storyline will be sort of interesting. Yeah, it will be, Janet, because you know, you're dealing with a very heavy subject. But yeah, Blackmon, it's gonna be fun. But it's fun now though too. I don't know, like I said, Blackmon, I'm a very simple man. You know, I don't need a lot of things. I just need the simple things. Man, if someone, man, if someone's hot like Luna was looking for me, take me, Luna, take me. Well, I mean, apparently she will take you whether you want it or not. I'm a humble man. Like I said, I'm a simple man. Yeah, black man, I'm a simple man. Like I like my lattes in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I like my lattes. I like my just chill, peace, go on YouTube, watch a couple of videos, and my morning routine or whatever. And that's what I did. I went to Dunkin', got my latte, Went to the deli, got my sandwich, came back home and chilled. I mean, I know you call that like a homebody or whatever, but like I don't know. I don't need a lot of things to be complicated. Darby says most guys who say that are poor men. Why would that be such a Debbie Downer, Darby? Nah, man. It's just like I don't know. Like I said, I appreciate the simple things. What kind of sandwich do you get at the deli? Sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. Sausage, egg, and cheese. Every time, Janet. Like I'm the person that walks in the deli and they just know what I want because I always get the same thing like every time I'm there. Just just like Dunkin' Donut. When I walk in Dunkin' Donuts, they already know what I want. I don't have to sit there and say it. I don't have to sit there and whatever. Unless it's a new barista where I'm just like, oh, should I actually have to sit there and talk to him and tell him or tell her what I want? They know what I want. So keep it simple, keep it fun. Um, it's funny, Jen. Well, actually, tell you the truth, nothing's funny about this, but like Ron actually made a in his usual the guy behind the counter says Albert the usual. Pretty much yes. Yep. That's that's usually what the woman that makes my sandwich. She was just like, I come in there. She was like the usual. I was like, yep. And I sit my ass down. I'm on YouTube, and then they get what I want. Jenna says I'm very routine. Also, what I eat. I just don't. I know some people are very adventurous, and I think that's cool. I don't have time. I don't have the patience for adventurers. Okay, it's early in the morning. I want to eat. I want some food in my stomach. I'm not going to be trying to get something I don't like, and I have to sit there and force myself to eat it. That's what I'm not going to do. Blackmon says, I'm interested in GH with all the people they are supposedly bringing back. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, right? Um, they're supposed to be bringing back Spencer, which I don't know if that's a good idea. W says the guy at my Chinese restaurant says that too to me all the time. Knows all my family by first name. Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. The thing. Oh wow, I didn't even put a cap on it. My whole thing is. I don't know. Let me switch this page first. Like I said, I don't like trying to eat something or try to get something that I don't like, and then I have to sit there and I like routine. I'm a very routine man. I know I'm sitting there saying all this, but Kelly Monaco, Kelly Monaco better not come back. Sean, why don't you want Kelly Monaco to come back? That was good, by the way, Sean. I needed to laugh. I want to highlight that shit. Goes back decades. That's cool. My dude, shit. My dude literally says she better not come back. Oh man, I can't wait to read this. I can't wait to read this. Hold on. All right, It's gonna be a little crazy switch for a minute. I want to read this. I want to read that again. Oh, you whoa! It's funny, Janet. First of all, Tommy would be very proud of you. He'd be very ecstatic that you watched the Bold and the Beautiful. And also, I didn't feel like I was missing much. Oh, damn! I was just gonna sit there and ask you. 42, Darby. 42. One step closer to the grave. God, that sounds terrible. To be honest, I feel like I didn't miss much. Okay, Janet, tell me. Oh, Blackman, you heard Peter August, right? I mean, Laura Wright is still dating her. That's like apparently, I guess she doesn't believe in marriage. Um. Okay, Janet, tell me what you liked about. Tell me what you liked about Audra looked okay. Nate not as hot as she was before. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Black Man. I'm sorry. I don't know. I always feel some sort of way about my birthdays, and not in a good way. I like Devon and Nate. Okay. Okay. All right. Devon and Nate. I like Devon. Devon stands on business, Jan. Devon stands on. He don't care if he's talking uh to Victor Newman. He will stand on business. You aren't that old. It's not like you're 52 years old. Try being 54. Yeah, I feel like I need another drink for that. Hold on. I feel like I need another drink for this conversation. Where's my goddamn music at? Phyllis is Phyllis is so rinse and repeat. It's funny, Janet. Part of me was like, I can't wait to sit there and tell Tommy. And then I was like, no, maybe it's not really a good idea to tell Tommy. I like Tommy, but Tommy will sit there and be a little bit too much to him. Oh, you'll be 57 in September. I'll watch Why Not a Little now for your show. Well, thank you, Janet. Thank you. No, listen, I'll tell you this much. Why Not is not actually bad. I feel like it's, it has its really good moments, Janet. And I do like the Young and the Restless better than Bonnet. I do like the Young and the Restless better than Beyond the Gates. If you're gonna be real, I like the Young and the Restless better than Beyond the Gates. I will sit there and say that I stand by that. Seriously, Jenna, I will always sit there and tell people if you had to choose between Young and the Restless and Beyond the Gates, take the Young and the Restless. Is that so, Ron? I will check them out. Thank you, Ron. I know you like to sit there and dip back and forth because I usually see you over there. So thank you for letting me know. I'm pretty sure the ladies over there do a good job doing their thing. Listen, Audra lies like she breathes. Beyond the gates, I enjoy Leslie. Newfound Beyond the gates, I'm enjoying Leslie's newfound money. That's awesome. Listen, I'm glad that you're enjoying anything on Beyond the Gates, and I'm not saying the show is bad. It has its fun parts. I'll say that much. The, the thing is, though, Ron, like Irie is more of a supporting character. right? She's a supporting character. She's not really. I don't know. I kind of give supporting characters a little bit of Ivy is such a waste. Yeah, but then who's gonna sit there and guide Electra? Electra seemed like she was born yesterday, if we're gonna be honest. Sean says, is it wrong to say Nina needs to go for a tumble? You know, it's interesting, Sean. I well, good, Ron. I mean, at least you can sit there and see she is nasty. I don't know. I don't like the writing that they have for Nina. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like they don't bother to try to make her equal for Carly. They stop trying to make her. They stop trying to make Carly have equal opponents, right? They stop trying with that. But you know the thing is, Jen, I feel like they could be fun. I don't feel like I don't feel like they're long term though. Like they could be fun, but I don't think that they're long term. You know, because like Ava, let's be honest, Ava likes the younger side. Like Ava likes a younger guy. Okay, she likes being a cougar, and you know, so they could be fun, but they ain't like long lasting or anything like that. I just found her whole relationship with Rick to be like, girl, you only upset with Rick. Like, you don't even have an issue with Liz. You just don't like losing, which is really sad. Cause like Liz don't even want Rick like that. But Liz likes the attention. I personally do think that Ava probably looks better than Liz. But like Liz is getting somebody that she doesn't even have to sit there and try. Ava seems good with Cody today. Yeah, they're fun. Sean says Cody needs to wear a shirt. Cody needs to wear a shirt because I don't like looking at a man without a shirt on. that's what Sean. That's what Sean really wanted to say. I ain't knocking. I'm just saying. Let's just be real. Liz was annoying with Molly. Then it'll be disgusting, Ron. Because somebody wants to sit there and see a 7-year-old woman be pregnant. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Sean. I listen. I know you were going to say it, so I said it for you. He looked pasty white, knees a spray tan. Hmm. And Jenna said that dude looked like Casper the Friendly Goddamn Ghost. that's that's what she said. She said that dude looks like Casper the Friendly fucking Ghost. I feel you, Janet. I feel you. In a bra. Oh my god. In a bra. Oof. I gotta screenshot that shit. Jesus Christ. I'm just saying, Janet. That's what you pretty much said. And Sean said that dude needs a bra. Oh my lord. Yeah, yeah. That was good, Sean. I'm gonna remember that shit. That was good. I like that. I like that. Okay, where's my music go? Ron, nobody wants to sit there and see a 7-year-old woman have babies. She don't even see the kids that she has, Ron. What are you talking about? What is he talking about? Only Luna's pregnant. Yeah, you all know how that story is gonna go. I mean, people already outraged what Luna did to Will. Funny when Luna was out there poisoning people and unaliving people, they didn't have that same outrage. Like it's interesting what people's morals are when you really think about it. Hella interesting. I'm not gonna lie, the way that Will acted, like when he found out that he wasn't with Electra and he was hugging her and all those goofy ass expressions he was making on his face, that was actually pretty funny. I mean, like it's don't get me wrong, like it's bad because then he realized that he wasn't with who he thought he was with. But like the look on his faces was like, yes, Ron, he will look like a fool. Um, but I mean, he may also still be upset though. Like the whole gold toting thing was, well, Will was pretty funny. Shocked. It just looked like. Here's the thing. I know that he had to sit there and give like a look of suspense and worry and whatever, but like, I mean, did they tell him to improv that shit? Because like, that didn't give off like scary. Holy shit! I was with who was I with if I wasn't with her? He gave like he just I don't know passed gas in a room full of people, and some people heard him do it, and then he just had a silly look on his face. Like that was the look that he gave. He didn't give the look of like, holy shit, I wasn't with a lecturer. Like, who was that girl I was with? Because he's sitting there thinking that he probably accidentally drank too much and cheated. And that should have gave a more convincing, like, scared look on his face. Not a silly, clownish look on his face. I don't know, Ron. I don't know if she's gonna like that name. I don't know if she's gonna be offended that name, just saying. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, just going back to Beyond the Gates, I'm not gonna lie. Here's my thing with Eve. Stop trying to police your mother. Stop trying to sit there and act like she's going to be a better version. Like, you're like, oh, you don't need to live there. You don't need to live in front of the priest. You don't need to sit there and give revenge. It's like, girl, you sit there being her buzzkill. If you're not going to sit there and celebrate with her, stay the hell out of her goddamn lane. I get that she wants to sit there and be her conscience in a sense, but like, all you're doing is coming across to her as a damn nag. Mama, mama, don't do this. Mama, don't do that. Listen, people sat there and they felt that like Chanel did too much of that mama shit, but like Eva is, huh. Sean says the girl who plays Emma is cute, but her eyebrows needs to be separate. What do they call that? A unibrow, right? They call that a unibrow. Eva is a buzzkill. Eva is a buzzkill. Don't get me wrong, I don't even like Leslie, but I'm like, girl, either ride along with her or stand back, but like do something though. Like this whole mama, you need to stop, mama. I remember when people sat there and I got on Chanel for saying that shit. She seems like she's kind of 1,000 times worse, except for her personality is better. Yeah, unibrow. But I don't know. I don't know, Sean. I feel like as men we can separate what we don't like from the things that we do like. And as men, as long as the things that we do like outweighs the things that we don't like, something like a little unibrow is not going to sit there and stop us from being with that person. And I'm be honest, Sean. Like it ain't going to stop us. Sorry to bring us back to Marcus Colombo being harassed on Twitter because fans hate what he did with Esme's character. Um, well, you're not sorry because you still talk about it. I don't care, but yeah, she sounds like a broken record. But then we have a character named um, Evil that says that. I mean, I know. Here's the thing. I know. Why is this so goddamn loud? I know I think it's like a southern thing or something like that, or a south thing or whatever from the south. But it just sounds annoying after a while. Like, God damn, girl. Uh, and for anyone that, and Jen, I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna have to sit there and repeat myself. But since we watched Beyond the Gates, for anyone that comes in afterwards, even looked like she lost weight. She did. She did. Good for her. Good for her. I'm tired of I'm tired of Ted Smith talking about how he wants to fight for Nicole. I mean, does he even know about the divorce party that she sat there and had? Listen, I'll be honest. First of all, I'm not fighting for a woman. Let's let's just be very clear. Once they say that they're done and they want to be a divorce, they want to have a divorce, I'm not fighting for that. I will fight to get a woman, but if a woman wants to leave, I'm not going to sit there and try to fight them to keep them. That's just very barbaric. I'm so overtired. Hey, bro, especially if a woman sits there and has a divorce party, it's like, oh, I still want to sit there and try to fight to be with her. I'm like, why? Why? Bro, you just sat there and said that she's sitting there going out with Carlton, your business partner and friend. Don't you in some way feel like that's like a violation right there? Like the chick is hot. She could sit there and get another man. She specifically chose to sit there and be with somebody that you work with. That shit was out of spite. And your dumbass is making talking about, oh, I'm gonna sit there and try to fight for her. Like, get out of here. Ron, what are you repeating now? Oh, if you were a fan of family. Or they would have told me that they would have told me the F off, Ron. And I guess you would have been into a whole big old fight then, huh? I mean, especially if somebody told me to F off. It would have been nothing I can do. Well, okay, Ron, I guess you don't know me then. But yeah, I'm like, why are you sitting there fighting for her for it? I don't get that. And on some level, besides the fact that well, that is just stupidity by people. Yeah, Sean, but the thing is, I see them all the time now. A fight that you won't win. Oh, wow. Well, damn, Ron. That hurts my feelings. You don't have confidence in me. But that's the thing, though, Sean. Unfortunately, there are people like that. There are actual people like that. that will sit there and act crazy and deranged. And I mean, think about how many people that was supporting Kelly Monaco. Like, we're going to get her job back. We're going to sit there and pay for this. We're going to do that. We're going to do exactly, Sean. We're gonna pay for a billboard, and we're gonna sit there and petition. I was like, yo, listen, they already made the decision. Like, I get it. It worked with Rebecca Hurst as far as like getting her back on the show, but like Janice says, burning on Beyond the Gates has been really boring. That dude stayed boring. That dude has not been interesting. The only time he was actually interesting was during the whole Martin story. During the whole Martin story, he was interesting. And you know the sad thing is that just because okay, he's an older character, he's a supporting character, give this man something to do. I remember somebody said in my review, it's like, yo, can you give him something to do other than sit there and prop up Anita? Constantly sit there saying, well, Anita, I support you on this and I worship you on that. It's like, okay, that's cool to be a loving husband, but can you do more than that? Can you actually do something that's interesting? Can you do something more than be Anita's goddamn cheerleader? Like, it, I can see why you sit there and say that. Give this man something to do. Can you give this man a story? I need somebody to sit there and share this review or clip this. Give Vernon Dupree a story. It's clipping Davis for God's sake. Give this man something to do other than sit there and prop up what you call it, Anita and all her goddamn fur coats. Okay, Ron says, I understand that you want to defend the nation, but they will tear you apart. You can't do is just explain that it's not Nina. She Cynthia watching us. Well, thank you, Ron. I'm very touched by your confidence in me. He's super dog with no real mas. He's he's super dog with no real masculine ways. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, and I'm just gonna sit there and say this. Yes, he has no masculine qualities, but if we're gonna be honest, most TV shows now kind of strip a lot of men away from being masculine. Because here's the thing: when you sit there and say masculine, people sit there and think, "Oh, you're toxic. You're what do they call it? Toxic masculinity." That's what they sit there and say. Apparently, you're not allowed to be. Apparently, you're not allowed to be masculine. You can't promote masculinity. You can promote being feminine. Masculine, whoa, that's too far. I'm not gonna go into for a whole tangent, but it's something that pisses me off daily. Yeah. Boils my blood. No, just give this man something to do. Give this man something to do. I will say this much about the Duprees. Like, they'll sit there and shit on Bill like there's no tomorrow, but they'll call Bill when they need something fixed. When they need a problem taken care of, or they need a Leslie problem, like even in the previews, Brendan was like, okay, I mean, granted, Bill was like, shall I do this? And Bill was like, with pleasure. No, 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 no. Why don't you put Leslie down and have Vernon pick this chick up and throw her out? Why don't you do that? Like, they always will sit there and shit on Bill and say, you cheated on my daughter and you're not a man and this, that, and the third. But they'll sit there and call him to fix things. Oh, well, we don't like how you sat there and you fixed the Martin situation. Oh, well, was you going to call another attorney to sit there and get it done? No? Well, then you got what you got. You need to sit there and be grateful. But then you shit on him for the way he handled it. But then you call him back to sit there and deal with the Leslie problem. And Ron says, I really miss Jerry. Prentice and Talia bring them back to Salem. Also, Alex and Stephanie are like watching paint dry. They make me fall asleep. I almost threw up. Well, that's very two interesting reactions. It made you almost throw up, It also puts you to sleep. Now, anytimes that felt like I went to vomit, I was not tired. Okay? I was not tired because I was sitting there thinking about vomiting. So, but I get what you're essentially trying to say. You're very interesting quotes. At least sometimes you'll make some sort of sense. But you got to remember, Ron, Stephanie and Alex are there for the romance, right? Like GH has sat there, like people like some of the fans of GH have sat there and criticized General Hospital for not showing romance. I want to see the romance. Where's the romance in this afternoon story? All you do is killing and mob shootings and Johnson being a WSP with a gun. Where's the goddamn romance? Seriously, that's what they said. Yeah, Julie the goddamn Karen. Um, I don't know. I've been over that. I've been over Julie. I've been over Jennifer. I think they can both sit there and F themselves with a spike dildo. Janice says, unpopular opinion. I like Haley on screen. She is fire and has a good storyline. She does look good. If nothing else, they don't have women that look like her on soap operas. They don't. The only one that actually comes close to that looks like a good vixen, is Audra. I mean, come on now. I don't like to do the whole looking thing, but I mean, like, you compare Audra to Claire, it's like night and day. The problem with Audra is her personality. That's when things starts to go tits up. That's true, Sean. That's true. But it's not enough romance though. There's no romance. It was just sex. It was like porn. Seriously, Sean, that's what I've seen a lot of people sit there and say. I don't want porn, I just want romance. Yes, they did just do the double single. Claire is boring. Audrey and Haley, yes, Claire is boring. Claire I feel like Claire's gonna start to get into that crazy side. She's gonna tap into that untapped potential of Jordan. Listen, Jordan was a nut job and she was over the top and kind of cartoonish, but like Jordan got shit done. I will never sit there and say Jordan didn't get shit done. Jordan got shit done. And Claire, I mean, she grew up with her. So why are you glad for that, Ron? Why are you glad that Patch investigated Alex? Why are you well, Sean, at least if they do, then people don't have to sit there and complain about GH not having romance. I don't know. I mean, I feel like GH is always. I feel like some GH fans are always complaining about something. They don't have this. They have too much of that. They don't have enough of this. It's like you just can't make people happy. You can't make people happy. Sean says people are miserable. People are never satisfied. So that's the thing. People are never satisfied. So I guess in a sense, yeah, they kind of are miserable, but like that's the thing though, Sean. Like you can't please everyone. I mean, that's just a fundamental thing in life. You can never please anyone. You can never please everyone. So don't try. Or like an infectious disease. Wow. Okay. It's a very interesting analogy, Ron. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean that's true. Well, I mean, Sean, people like to complain on the internet. Okay, so I know you don't like Nasty Grind, but a couple of years ago, before I started doing this, um, there was an episode where Alexis wore jeans, and people sat there and said, something along the lines of like, is jeans like, should Alexis have wore jeans because of her age? You know, I mean, that was the question. Should Alexis have wore, some blue jeans given her age? And some people was like, no, I don't think she should. I don't think that's appropriate for a woman of her age. I was like, wait, hold on. Are, are you telling me that you found it kind of offensive that Alexis or Nancy Grime Alexis was wearing blue jeans? Like, because she's a certain age, she has to sit there and dress like an old lady now? That's how, exactly, Sean. Exactly. And I want to, like an idiot, I want to argue with them and like, you people are nuts. Like, this is what you're getting bothered by. All the shit that's going in the world, and you have time to sit there and complain about the fact that a woman of a certain age is wearing jeans where you don't feel like it's appropriate. Like, that's the thing though, Sean, right? Like every person wants to sit there and be a man. Every person wants to sit there and be somebody else's judge and jury over the simplest and dumbest shit. Remember the whole jeans commercial, right? With Sydney Sydney Sweeney. These people that complain are woke. I don't know if they're necessarily woke or if they just want to complain. I think the term woke got it. I think the term woke um, got blown out of course. Like no one even knows what woke is. No, I know what you mean. That's another term for woke. But I think that people just like to complain. Like there's some people that just like to be angry. They like to sit there and find something to be angry at. Because if they're angry at that, they don't have to sit there and look at themselves. They don't have to sit there and worry about their own lives. It's easier to be mad at other people's other things than to deal with their own lives. I don't know how I got on that, but yeah. I mean, well, yeah, Sean. They are jealous, but they just want to be mad about something. It doesn't matter if it makes sense, Sean. That's unfortunately that's the problem. Yeah, there are a lot of women that want to sit there and be upset. That are jealous of Sydney Sweeney. Because I mean, like obviously, but there are some people that just want to be mad to be mad. They want to have something to sit there and be mad because it distracts them whatever they're dealing with. But yeah, I mean I get that, Ron, on some level. The sad thing is, Ron, because here's the thing: you keep saying that to me, and from what I think about the situation, shouldn't be called out. But yeah, exactly, Sean. She should be called out for you. They're fucking jeans. She can wear whatever the hell she wants. If she wants to sit there and wear jeans and a goddamn, like, I don't know, white t-shirt, so fucking what? People have nothing else to do except for be busybodies. That's the truth, Sean. Well, that's the thing, Ron. That's why I asked the question of, did Luna go too far? Oh, seriously, John. That's just how I look at it. Did Luna go too far? Because what it really comes down to, Luna unalived two people. There was no outrage when that happened. Her sexually assaulting Will. Oh my God, she went too far. I don't want to watch the soap opera anymore. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Well, what was those voices when she unalived two people? Like, I get what she did was wrong and bad, but like her unaliving two people was also wrong and bad, and I didn't hear that level of visceral reaction. So I don't know. That's always I always find very interesting when people um, where people morality is at is what it comes down to. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll sit there and do a separate video about the term woke and what it means, how some people use it incorrectly. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it, Cherry. Especially with the whole Luna thing. It's like I didn't hear y'all, you know, bitching and complaining before. People are very interesting, right? And I'm gonna say something that's really controversial, so y'all might want to sit there and sit down for that. Yes, I will, Sean. I'll be live streaming on Sunday and Saturday, so Sunday's actually gonna be fun. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Kristen says I like Joss and Vaughn. I'm cool with Vaughn. Vaughn holds her feet to the fire. I will stand by that. Yes, you have a good night, Sean. Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were doing your closing out thing. Queen Jess, what's good, Queen Jess? Not yet. Okay, good. Ron says they can say what they want. Luna isn't going anywhere, even if they don't watch the show. Isn't going to get canceled. I mean, yeah, it's not going to get canceled. Um, Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's been a very fun day. Yeah, Ron, I'll put that on my list of things to do. Yes, Jess. Hope you had a good day. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on. No, I got a big rotisserie chicken. I'm getting cake next weekend. I'm getting cake next Saturday. I'm going to be celebrating with my friend since it's his birthday week as well. Not sure if it's going to be Brooklyn or not, but they got a rotisserie chicken now, which is so not cake. But I love chicken. Listen, I love a good rotisserie chicken. I thought about cake when I woke up, and I was like, eh, especially since I probably want to getting it next Saturday. So I was like, nah, I want a chicken. I want a very greasy, salty, unhealthy chicken. So yeah, that's what I got, chicken. So what do you think about Leslie? What do you think about Leslie now that she has money? Jenna says, I love rotisserie chicken too. I have it once a week. Janet, you are fucking awesome. You're awesome. I don't mean to curse at you, dude, but like, I just, I just, I just love having a rotisserie chicken. I mean, my dad hates when I eat it because he calls me a glutton and well, a bunch of other names I'm not going to repeat, but yes, I do too. But yeah, like I said, very good day. Very simple day. A very good day. Uh, I would honestly sit there and say that the shows for the most part, and all of them has been mild, right? So Josh has seen Jason. Yeah, and Jason has not seen Josh. And for Josh's sake, she better hope that Jason comes in and saves her ass because Vaughn is probably tied up. You know, if this was actually a real spy thing, Vaughn would probably be dead. That ending on Beyond the Gates, wow. That ending on Beyond the Gates was hilarious as shit. First of all, I was like, what kind of kinky shit was y'all that they doing? I mean, I ain't like knocking her or anything like that, but like, oh man, if she's pregnant, why didn't they have a birthday party for Wiley? Oh yeah, it was supposed to be a birthday, right? Kevin C says, I'm hoping Hope leaves Carter at the altar for Thomas because they are boring. Oh, be turnabout play. It was funny. It was pretty stupid. It was funny though. It's just like, here's the thing. If you're gonna sit there and chloroform somebody, can you make it look like you're doing that shit? Like, I don't know what they were doing, but like, she didn't even look like she was actually trying to like, grab her. Like, she was doing this. She was like, oh my god, I can't get away. I can't get away, even though I'm moving my whole face and everything. I'm just like, this is my whole fucking thing. When people sit there and say that I go too hard on Beyond the Gates or I shouldn't sit there and talk bad about it because it's a black soap opera, I'm just like, do we watch the same goddamn thing? Like, I get it. The girl's not a stunt actress. They don't want to break a nose or some shit. I don't know what it was, but like, just look, even for a soap opera, it's like, goddamn, could you? You know what? I'm kind of glad I'm not Smith their review on Beyond the Gates. Because if I was, well, I'm pretty sure somebody would sit there and probably complain that I'm, being too harsh on it. It just looked fucking funny. Her storyline is so convoluted. Her storyline is just so I don't care. Listen, she's a pretty girl and everything like that, but like, her stalker Allison, which I don't like to sit there and talk about somebody's looks. Why did that chick look like she got a big ass head though? Did y'all notice how Allison looked like she has a big ass fucking head? The stalker thing is just stupid. I've never noticed that until I don't know what she was wearing before, but when she looked like she was like wearing like all black, I was just like, I'm like, I know I shouldn't be sitting there saying this, so I shouldn't be thinking this, but girl, you got a big ass fucking head. Her and Master, I'm, I'm so, I'm so glad I'm not the only person that I thought that shit. Yes, thank you, Sean. You have a great night, and thank you for coming through. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, they kind of do look alike. There was times where even in today's episode when she walked in, I was like, "Holy shit, that's Allison!" Oh wait, that's not Allison. And I'm thinking about something. I'm not gonna sit there and say what it is. I think if you're black, you know what I'm gonna sit there. You know. Hmm, like all three of them look like they could be related. That's gross. You know, it's really fucked up. I'm not gonna go to him. Jess knows where I'm gonna go. Well, Jess knows what I'm going to say, what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna sit there and say it because, yeah. Well, she already said it for me. So we just need to just give it. See, the thing that's really messed up is that like if I say it and Jess say it, it's okay. But if a white person sat there and said, yeah, they do kind of, they do look kind of similar, and somebody going to sit there and say, so what are you saying? You sit there and say that we all look alike. But then you look at something like that and you're just like, they, they do kind of look alike. See, she knows what I was going to say. She just made me say it, but she was thinking it too. But she said it first, so. But yeah, Madison and Allison, they do look very similar. But I don't know. Anyway, we were also Jenna was also sent there bringing up a point like, give give Vernon something to do. I understand that you have to have certain characters that need to be, that there are in a supporting role. But can you give him something more to do? What is Madison's purpose? She's like Andre, just there to be somebody's girlfriend. Well, I give Madison a little bit of slack because like she's not part of the main cast. Like Andre is part of the main cast, and the stalker chick become crazy out of nowhere. That I'm not gonna lie, that was always something that was off, right? Because in all reality, she sat there. In reality, like Chelsea was like, "Hey, listen, maybe it could be like a yeah," but like Chelsea was the one that was a little kind of out of pocket talking about, oh well, maybe me and you could sit there and do something. We can kind of leave your husband out of it. It was like, ah, girl, like you just there for fun. So like when they separated, it was like, okay, like Chelsea, you kind of jumped the shark with them. Like they're a couple. They only came to spice up their sex life. Her being sprung over that and being like, oh, well, I just want to be with you now, and I'm very obsessed with you, and my husband is crazy and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that literally did come out of nowhere. That's that's just some shitty writing right there, if we're gonna be honest. And yeah, it did actually kind of throw me off a little bit too, because I was like, where is this coming from? And next week they're gonna get back to the whole Joey and Vanessa, and I don't know how y'all do it. Definitely some bad writing. I don't know how y'all do it. I'm gonna be honest, yes. And I'm not trying to shit on the show. I'm really not. See, for me, I can justify why I watch the show because there's always gonna be somebody that's gonna watch Beyond the Gates, and there's more content for me. But if I was from the fan side of it, I don't know how y'all watch the show. At least with B&B, it's a shorter runtime, and some of the characters are okay, whatever. It does get a little kind of repetitive, but at least this story is picking up. General Hospital is very obvious while we watch the show. It's good, and even when the show is not good, there's characters that make the show worth watching. Just as I kind of side with Leslie, the Duprees don't run everything. It's her money. And I'm not mad at her for shoving it in her face. Yeah, it was a little. I mean, it was a little kind of like, I can't believe she got any money. Is there a way for you to sit there and stop it from like her getting the money and stuff like that? I was like, why does it matter? Like y'all had money from like jump, and y'all are like what, bitching and complaining that somebody else got money now? Like, I get that Leslie has been a pain in their ass and has done some stuff to the family. I get that part, but like, it's seriously, Charlie, something about them sitting around. Fuck me, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna do it again. And I guess people can sit there and blame the alcohol. I don't know. There's just something about the fact that they sat there and complained about her having money. It's like, y'all have been rich for like a very long goddamn time. Y'all upset that like she's getting money. Like, yeah. I had a thought process and I kind of had an idea where I was going, but probably shouldn't say it, so I'm not going to. I mean, I do think it's kind of annoying that Leslie out of nowhere is now like, oh, well, if it wasn't for Anita, then, Barbara, right? Like, I get it. She's a bad person, but they don't run ish. Like, I don't like the whole Leslie thing where she's all like, oh, well, if it wasn't for Anita and her ambitions, then Barbara would still be alive. It's like, girl, you didn't even know who Barbara was until like a couple of days ago. Like you didn't know that Barbara was your mom, and now you're sitting there talking about Anita should have did this, Anita should have sat there and fought for Barbara. I don't know. There's something about the fact that like Anita felt guilty for not fighting for Barbara to sit there and stay in the group bothers me. Like it brings me back to the whole Will Smith and Janet Hubert thing, where Janet was like, you should have fought for us to get more money. And it's like it wasn't Will Smith's job to sit there and get Janet Hubert any money. Like you're a grown ass woman. You're older than he is. Why are you sitting there expecting him to sit there and try to fight to get you money? And I know it sounds cold hearted, and I get that it's a tragedy that she did what she did, but that's not on Anita. You're basically sitting there saying what she shouldn't have had ambitions to like do more and stuff like that. Like what happened to Anita happened to I mean what happened to Barbara happened to Barbara. And I know it's very harsh to sit there and say, but she made a choice. It's a sad choice, but she made that. But now, what you call it, wants to sit there and drag her through the mud? Like, I don't know. Oh Lord, here comes Spider Quason up there defending Leslie. Y'all can read this. I already read that yesterday. I'm not giving you any shade or anything like that. I'm just, yeah, exactly. Listen, Spider-Man, Spider-Quake, you cool, but like, the way you defend Leslie is the same way that you sit there and defend Lulu and Britt. Which, by the way, I'm gonna be honest, Lulu and Laura's scene was entirely fucking pointless. Their two scenes was entirely pointless. What was the point? What was the point of Lulu today? Thank you, Spider. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm not giving you shade or anything like that. I'm really not. I'm just but thank you, Spider. What was the point of what is the point of Lulu and General Hospital? I mean, I will sit there and admit that this show has way too many characters, despite what one person says. Um, I just I didn't see the point, the purpose of their scenes today. But yeah, and you got Eva, and you have Kat, and see Spider watch Days of Our Lives, and some people did, and people that will watch the stream after watch Days of Our Lives. And I used to, why does Molly have to tell Cody about her feelings? Like I don't understand that. Let me ask you a question, Jess. You did Dolomatics was good, my guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to have you here. And Jess in chat, do you think that Cody and Molly are good for each other? Do you think that they could actually be good for each other? Cody and Molly. I mean, I didn't see that part, but I did sit there and see the whole, oh, I saw you talking to somebody else. Who the hell you think you're talking to? Yeah, I'm pissed off and I'm mad at you, but that doesn't mean that you get to talk to somebody else. That's the look that I saw. Yeah, thank you, Jess. I said the same thing. Because Molly's the type of person that wants to sit there and second and third guess everything. Thank you, Dolomatics. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're fucking awesome, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Which reminds me, I gotta sit there and I gotta finish watching Hollyoaks tomorrow. Good thing is I only have like 38 minutes to sit there and watch. Since I did watch Monday's episode. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Seriously. Okay, see, here's my issue with that. I don't know if you watched my review. It doesn't make any sense for Ava for Ava to sit there and be upset with Molly the most, or to sit there and come after her the most. I feel like that's more plot driven than anything else. Ava should be way more upset with Christina for cutting her goddamn brakes and everything else that she's done than Molly. The fact that she sat there and said that Molly was the worst out of all three of them didn't make any sense. But it made sense because Cody had to sit there and be slutty in the 304 to continue to seduce Ava. See, he was going to sit there and tell her the truth until she started getting her anger and her vitriol towards Molly. Then he was like, oh, well, instead of sitting there hanging out with Rick, wouldn't you like to sit there and hang out with me? Or whatever he said. And Molly, for 20, 40 goddamn minutes, sitting there saying, well, should I sit there and be with him? Because, he's a con man, he's this and he's that, and he's the third. And then Michael was just like, just ask this man out for goddamn coffee. Like, what are we doing? It wasn't really wrong what she said about Molly. It's My issue is Spider is that she seemed like she had a problem with Molly out of the three of them. And her problem should be with Christina the most. But it's more plot driven than something that actually makes sense. So that's my issue. Also, 40 minutes of Molly going back and forth and should I or shouldn't I or will I or won't I? Like, girl, y'all only sit there trying to force this shit because you don't got TJ there. She literally got out of a relationship. She shouldn't even be thinking about another relationship. So what she's saying is that she shouldn't be a serial dater. Okay, so you know what? Right, let's give a voice. Jerry, Domex says, has Molly gotten around to signing the papers for her non-existent marriage to end? That is hilarious. My whole thing is like, how does he feel dating a vegan? Because here's the thing, Cody seems like he's a mediator. Cody seems like he's a mediator. How does he feel about dating? How does he feel like he's not there dating somebody who's vegan? Or are they just gonna sit there and erase that shit too, and she's just gonna have a goddamn steak, and we just gonna sit? I swear, if they rewrite this chick and she has a fucking steak, I'm gonna lose my shit. Because I dated a vegan before, so to sit there and say that that shit is challenging is saying something. Well, they erase everything else about Molly's personality. That's true. I still feel like I still feel like I may crash out. And yeah, Soap's General Hospital has a way of retcon and shit like there's no tomorrow. Just says, I don't know if Cody would make Molly interesting, so why should we care if they get together? Also, Willow is an idiot. You know, it's really funny. Liz essentially blackmailed Christina into, testifying for Willow. And they're saying, hey, listen, she made some mistakes and she was, trying to get her kids back and everything. Just, just for Willow, just for Liz to sit there and catch Willow calling Drew, talk about, yes, you're right. I need help in getting my kids back. You sat there and blamed this man. Thank you, Tracy Steves. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm glad that you're here. Seriously, I'm glad that you're here. Like you sat there and you blamed this man for losing your kids. Liz blackmail Christina was kind of weird too. It was. It was. You know, Jonathan was good. Jonathan. Domex Ajit may be the sole king of retcons, and that's bad coming from me because I'm a Days fan, and that jacked up the continuity and timeline for everything. What's good, Jonathan? Ready to talk about some days? Yeah, and he made like the silliest goddamn faces. Like, he really did. He really did. But let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Did Luna go too far? Did Luna actually go too far? Well, of course, Jonathan. Oh, it's really wild though, Jonathan. So yes, Luna did go too far. Okay, I'm gonna get back to that in 1 second. You know the um, the actress that plays Kristen. She actually played Lana Lane in like the 1980s Superboy show. I didn't know that. Some actors it's weird that Liz blackmailed Christina, but she really needs to remember that she's a much bigger danger than Willow is. My issue, Jonathan, with that. Yeah, because she wound up doing she wound up doing an interview later on, and she put in her stories on Instagram. Um, she was talking about the Bizarro character because apparently Bizarro was in that show. And I was like, wow. I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of really interesting going back to the classics, and I didn't realize that she actually because I remember watching that show a little bit, but yeah, it's interesting. Yes, because he played Booster Gold. Yes, in Smallville. It took me a second, Jonathan, but yes. But again, Jonathan, I said this before and I'll sit there and say this again. So Johnson says Luna did go too far. Now I don't know if you've been reading some of the stuff online, but people are saying like it's a very disgusting storyline, and I stopped watching the show because of it. But you didn't stop watching the show when she killed two people. I mean, she literally sat there and killed two people, and that didn't stop you from watching the show. But the sexual assault did. Like, don't get me wrong, they're both bad, and in my eyes, I think that sexual assault is a lot worse. But like, why weren't they just as outraged with the killings? Was it because there was two characters that no one gave a shit about? Like, it's very interesting to sit there. But she already murdered two people, so I don't know if she really did, if what she really did stop that. But you see what I'm saying, though, right, Jonathan? My issue is that like it's very interesting when it comes to morality with people. Delmark says, I'm actually glad people are pissed. Usually people don't know. Usually people don't acknowledge when SA happens to a man. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, and that is the flip side to that. That's absolutely correct, Alex. I thought about that too. And honestly, to tell you the truth, that was one of the things when I was thinking about doing a short, I was going to come at people. Because if it happened to a woman, people would have been wanting the show to get canceled. So, in a lot of ways, I'm glad that people, that's actually the plus side. People are actually having a huge reaction towards that. That's good. I feel like those stories aren't really told enough, personally. Krista says, is Liz acting delulu these days too? I think she realized that she messed up when she walked in on that conversation when Willow was sent there asking Drew to sit there and fix her kid problems. But it was a little kind of weird sent there having her resort to blackmailing. I'm like, when did you and Willow become that cool? Like when did y'all become that close with each other to the point where you're like, hey, listen, if you don't do this, I'm gonna blackmail you. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna blackmail you. I'm gonna sit there and say, hey, listen, I gave you grace when you cut the brake lines and try to kill me, because you were the impulsive and stuff. And I would like to sit there and think that you would do the same thing. Did you get like subtle tactics from like Sunny or something? Because you practically blackmailed this woman without Cynthia saying, yes, I'm blackmailing. Yeah, she actually does. She actually does. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Thank you. Max says because there's no one else in the show to check Christina. I totally cool. That's true. That's true. Her mother enables her. Alexis enables the shit out of her. Sunny will cover up for her. Michael won't sit there and really kind of like, you know. But that's cool, Lisa, because we're on board then. We're on board. We're 23, 21 people in the chat. That's what's up. I guess we can call it an emotional blackmail. Monique, we're clearly still have we're still clearly has feelings for Jason. Yeah, her snip there hit standing like a schoolgirl. Oh, so yes, hit that goddamn like button. If you did, fuck it, I'm gonna hit the like button. There we go. All right, cool. 20, 25 likes. 20 people in the chat. I don't know how that works, but okay. I feel like I had something else to say. I should have wrote this shit down. But I feel like I had something else to say about math, but I can't remember what it is. Wait. No, it's all good, Monique. Listen, you're here and you are on time, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Filmax says, I wish TJ was still on GA's to casually walk out while she was yelling at Willow and just reminded her that the reason the baby she was carrying is dead is because she was running around delusional too. Facts. Thank you, Monique. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just as Jocelyn Vine's not accomplishing anything, and Vine's got himself kidnapped, although there are those supposed to be these are supposed to be agents. Yes, let me ask you a question. Okay, so okay, I know that you don't want Joss to be a WSB agent, like you don't like the story. What would you want Joss to be doing? What would you want Joss to be doing? Is there a new season? Is there a new season of that show? I don't know. There's so many shows I gotta like catch up to and watch. Johnson says, "What if those lead to Christina passing out?" Lisa says she needs to be in school. You know, it's funny, Jess. That's what Sean said. Okay, I I respectfully disagree, but okay. Very curious. You could do some fun college stories. Oh, what if those two lead to Christina passing out? Oh, okay. No, I thought that she passed out in the preview. I thought she passed out in the previews. Since I didn't actually get a chance to write down the previews, like I saw the previews, I even saw towards Days of Our Lives, um, which I don't know. You have Gabby just Gabby gonna get that coin. That's what I'm gonna sit there and say. Gabby gonna sit there and get that money. Jason used his Biomod's last name more. Yeah, John. I think more and their first name is John or something. 'Cause that's what Jonathan sometimes when Jonathan used to sit there and come on stream, he would call himself John. See, I'm always gonna call him Jonathan. I don't know. You know, that's the thing though. I guess me and DC are kind of outliers with the whole WSB Jocelyn thing. Because listen, I'm liking the Jocelyn WSB stuff. I am. I'm liking it. And they're trying. They actually got some stuff. Like remember, their whole mission was for recon. They weren't that they're trying to give. They weren't that they're trying to like accomplish anything or stop anything. The whole thing was recon, and unfortunately, they wound up getting busted. So like, I don't know. I guess part of me is like, maybe that's why I'm giving them a little more slack. Yeah, you're right, Jonathan, because she's still salty about that whole Dimitri thing, which was like last year or something. I don't know. I just feel like Gwen is just that they're acting like the petty high school chick that's like, really? And even like Julie, I can't with Julie. I really can't. And it annoys me because it's like I don't even want to feel that way about Julie. You ever notice that, Jonathan, when you're sitting there watching the show, you're kind of just like, I don't even I don't even want to sit there and say bad things about Julie. Like she lost her husband. Yes, she's still sitting there acting like a Karen about Cat. It's like you're just kind of like, can you just pipe down for a little bit? Piper says, "Why? Let me ask you something. You always ask if we're trolling. Let me ask you: Are you trolling, or do you really?" No, actually, no, no. I really do. I actually really do like the Jocelyn storyline with the WSP stuff. I really do. That's true. I mean, that's an improvement. But like, you ever just notice that though? Spikeworks says before I took a break from days, every time she's on screen, I skip her. Oh, the Julie stuff. Yeah, because she acts like a goddamn Karen. I don't blame you for skipping her scene. That's actually very fortunate of you. I can't do that because I talk about this stuff, but and I generally tend to watch the Julie scenes before the fucking caffeine kicks in. So it's like, even with this whole oh I can't stand cat stuff, it's like, do you realize that like she wasn't doing it out of malice? She wasn't doing it to sit there and try to get over on the family. Like she's just like, oh well, she hurt our family. I was like, do you not realize that if she didn't do what she did, her family would have got hurt? Or did you just forget that? Because she's never once actually sat there and said anything. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't really do couples, but like Julie has never once sat there and said she's never once acknowledged why Kat has done what she did. All she says is, "Oh, well, she hurt the family," and after a while she starts to sound like a broken record. Then she's always just like, "Well, I don't understand why Chad is Smith they're trying to get with her. Like, why is Chad not Smith they kicking to the curb? Because the situation was a lot more complicated than your tiny emotions can sit there and comprehend. Like, I don't even give a shit about her and that goddamn bookstore shit. Like, I don't know. I feel bad for y'all Days fans, for y'all longtime Days fans. Because honestly, tell you the truth, when you sit there and look at Spider-Quake in a sense is supposed to be the next generation of people to sit there and watch this show. When you have these ass-dying, stupid-ass stories with Sophia, who's a bad actress, trying to go out to Tate, Julie that keeps acting like a goddamn Karen, this bookstore shit that no one cares about, this teen stuff that no one cares about. Like, what are people really watching? Exactly, Jonathan. And that's the part that just starts to annoy. That's like every time I watch a show and I watch it like 6, 7 in the morning, I'm just like, the minute they show Julie, I was like, all right, here we go. And I'm listening to it so I can hear it, but like I can't look at Julie when she starts with her crap because it boils my blood. It makes me annoyed. Like what says the gaze is number two and Jade's is number one. Yeah, that seems about right. I mean, that's a better list than I have, and I watch all five of the soaps. So like the Gates is number five. Tomek says Julie was always annoying, used, but she, but she was used sparingly for years. Julie used to be a visit for the holidays type character. Hmm, damn. So instead of okay, so basically what Domex and Smith is saying is that she was a headache every now and then, holiday time, stuff like that. But now they decide to sit there and start using her a lot more often. She's just more of a fucking headache and annoying. Like Nancy. Like negative Nancy on Hollyoaks. Another character that's just fucking headache. And so is Frankie. See, the thing about Domex is like Domex will sit there and give Frankie a character on Hollyoaks a lot of grace because she's been through a lot. But see, the thing is, like Domex knows my patience, and I don't give grace. Johnson says Julie hatred for Gabby is understandable, but she's overdoing it when it comes to Kat. Yeah, they have a history. They have a long history, and even the stuff that I knew was like number five Spider. I rank it last. I watched five soap opera Spider. I rank it as last. But let me tell you something. I would sit there and tell you to watch The Young and Restless before I tell you to watch Beyond the Gates. And I'm not even joking. And yes, I've been drinking, and I can still sit there and tell you, just as you dragging it. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm gonna be honest, Jess. I would sit there and tell you the same thing. I would honestly tell you, I would literally sit there and tell you the same thing. I'm not joking about that. I know that somebody, you know, paid you X amount of money to watch it, but I would still sit there and I don't hate Beyond the Gates. I just oh Dom X. It sounds like I missed the good old days where Julie was not that much of a goddamn headache. I get it. I get it. I just I don't like I didn't watch it, but I have an idea about abuse and maybe because I didn't sit there and see it. I didn't see the emotion within her or anything like that. So like I don't get the full gravity that you get. Yes, I did, Jonathan. I still think it's messed up that the Duprees will sit there and call Bill shit and everything, but yet will sit there and will ask him for help. Well, yeah, the thing is, don't like, okay, the thing is, Spike Break says, I'm sorry, I don't like being this. I don't hate the show. I'm gonna be honest, I don't hate the show. I don't think it's as good as the other shows. I think that the show suffers from a couple of things that I just can't get past. Right? The acting for most of the characters is shit. Um, some of the characters I just don't like, and I find them to be a headache. Like Leslie, which is fucking cartoonish as hell. Ashley, that just gets my goddamn nerves. And the thing is, and that's the thing though. That's the thing, Jess. Like even when they do have good storylines, like okay, so we finally find out what's going on with Martin, with the whole, racist attack and everything like that. Okay, that's cool. Seriously, Jerry. I was like, that's cool. But then somehow after that's done, it just goes right back into, well, the actor that plays Martin can be very questionable with his acting. Um, what is his name? Andre, who just bounces around from story to story, is what wants to sit there and be with Ashley. And then Ashley's all like, "Oh well, yeah, you're they're telling me the truth, but Derek got hurt, so now I gotta sit there and be with him." And you was all over what you call it, and even when he tells you the truth, you still sit there acting stink. So what do? You go right back to Danny, and Danny's like, "Oh well, I don't like to sit there and be like sloppy seconds or whatever. You can't sit there and pick me out of the friend zone. But if you work really hard, then maybe I'll let you sit there and be friends with benefits again." But bro, wasn't the whole reason why you kind of started to not like Daniel because you want to be more than friends with benefits? But now you're cool with being friends with benefits because you're not with Ashley? Like, it's shit like that. It's shit. That's the thing. That's the thing, Jess. I don't sit there and try to drag the shit. That's what I'm saying, Jess. I'm not sitting there trying to drag the show. When they start doing things like that, it's like, what am I watching? What the f- am I watching? When they start to do things like that, even if they're little small things, it starts to annoy the shit out of me. I don't just drag beyond the gates for no reason. I really don't. But it's very hard for me to sit there and say, like, yeah, this is a great show. And I'm just like, you got Kat and Eva. Kat, Eva may be a better character, but she does stupid shit like hang out with Tomas, try to sit there and keep, like, what is she doing with Leslie? Oh, mama, you can't do this. Mama, you can't do that. First of all, this fucking mama shit is just annoying as shit. But bro, she's been your mother for like over 20 something years, and you're still sitting there trying to, Mama, let's just go, Mama. Why are you sitting there getting involved with the Duprees? Why are you sitting there? Like, girl, you know how she is. You grew up with her. She's extra on a fucking Tuesday. Yeah, Jess. It's just like I can't. Film X doesn't know one thing that might be pissing you off subconsciously on Beyond the Gaze out. Most of the male characters are thinly written, with the exception of Bill and Vernon. Yeah, sure. I mean, I do need some characters to sit there and root for. Like, I gotta sit there and root for Joey because Joey is just interesting. You know, she knows how her mom is. I don't know why she keeps trying to boss her around. Mama, don't sit there and be going after the priest. Mama, why you gotta sit there and be buying the house that's like right across the street from her? Because she's fucking Leslie. And they dropped the "is she did" to Laura. Yeah, yeah, that whole motorcycle thing, that whole poisoning her. Even though, let's be honest, let's just be real honest. Leslie should have killed Laura. We should be looking at a murder. Like, we should be looking at a murder mystery, not a, oh well, they got their potassium, they got her potassium too high. But don't worry, they found a way to sit there and save her. Oh, she's at the hospital now. Like, and of course, you got Nicole, who started off great, and now this chick is talking about, oh, let's sit there and have divorce parties. And Ted being like, yeah, I gotta sit there and fight to get her back. What the? And that's the thing. And you don't follow, and that's the thing though, Jess. Like, okay, you look at the first couple of episodes, and chat, you look at the first couple of episodes. Danny came in there with a gun. She didn't shoot Bill. She didn't get shot herself. There was no innocent bystander that got shot. And at the end of it, she was walking free like a bird. No follow through. The first couple of episodes, and she comes in with a gun. We're like, oh shit, okay, well, this is going to be interesting. And then nothing happens. But I'm bad mouthing the show. I'm hating. I'm not. That's, that's my thing, Jess. Listen, when if I'm dragging the show, and I know it sounds bad, but I'm doing it for a purpose. You know, some access the thing with Beyond the Gates is they don't build on the edge. This is why I rank it 5. Yeah, I actually put B&B ahead of it. And granted, B&B is not that far from Beyond the Gates, but it's interesting enough, and it's like 20, and it's like what 20 something minutes. Oh, don't let me put in Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks should probably be second to GH. No reality, Hollyoaks should be second to GH. And then Days. Striker says I don't watch Minor and B&B, but the Gays was way better than Days. Okay. Just as all the stuff with Malone, we found out he and Jacob dad are crooked, and yet nothing happened. Nah, but they put Jacob on death duty though. So like that happened. Yeah, yeah. Malone and Smith they're working with Joey. Yeah, Smitty's found out a bunch of stuff about him. Did he expose him yet? No. Is he gonna expose him? Who the hell knows? But we're gonna sit there and sit through Nicole and her goddamn divorce party. I'm not trying to joke on the show, but the shit kind of just writes itself though. I totally forgot about that until she said something. Kind of like Jordan Smith there being undercover. I guess we kind of forget about that too, right? Oh yeah, chat just let you know. Jordan is undercover. She's trying to bust Sitwell, but she also enjoys her job and the money that comes with it. That's what I'm saying, Jess. I don't sit there and try to just drag the show to drag the show. Like, and I'm not just saying they don't have their. I'm not just saying they don't have their bright spots. They don't have their good parts. They don't have their interesting parts. But the problem is that when the bad outweighs the good, that's where I start to like have issues with the show. But Beyond the Gates does need to lean into the more interesting stuff. Yeah, I know sometimes y'all sit there and think I may just drag something just to drag something, but like I said, I watch 5 of the soap operas, so my ranking is just not just pulling it out of his ass. Like, and who knows? Since people do watch Beyond the Gates and Beyond the Gates and Young and the Restless is actually a part of that world. I may see some more characters from the Young and the Restless. Hell, yeah, I may even sit there and see Audra. Comex says this isn't a selling point for me, but did you know that Chelsea and Cat purposely purses are really? I'm not surprised though, Max. I mean, they have the Deceptor from General Hospital, like an actual product that you can buy. Hell, even Spinelli's book. I don't know if people remember this. A long time ago, Spinelli actually made like a crime novel, and that's something that you was able to actually purchase. You was able to actually sit there and buy. This is years ago when he was writing a book with Diane. You're able to buy that. Yeah, Justice, the scepter is a real thing. Help with if I even go back further, for some people that didn't remember Port Charles, they actually did come out with like an actual book from Port Charles. I don't know if you can actually buy it now, but like it's actually a thing. So yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say that. Nope, I think I already dumped on the. I think I already kind of like dunked on the gates long enough. Like so, it was kind of neat. I saw Chelsea had actresses on Instagram and character promoting their first line, and they had a whole link. It was pretty. Oh. Yeah, I followed the girl. I followed the woman that plays Cat. I didn't know that she actually did that. Maybe she did it. Maybe she did it on the actress that plays Chelsea's um page. I follow a lot of the people from oh actually I actually follow Morgan from Twitter from General Hospital. Oh, it's on the page. Okay, all right. Okay. Now I follow the actress that plays Vanessa, and she gets like a lot of constant hate from well a lot of constant name calling for playing her character Vanessa, and the stuff that people say is yes it's pretty bad. Thank you, Cherry Ice Cream. Yes, have a great night. Have a great weekend. And thank you for coming through. I appreciate that. Thank you. Made my night. Thank you. I should probably go to bed soon. I do actually have to wake up at like 4 in the morning. That's just it. Well, I mean, to be fair, never mind. I do follow the actress that plays Nicole. I'm, I'm not gonna say anything else after that. But I know she actually did. Well, she was promoting it. Yeah, I follow her. Like, I actually have been drinking, so I need to be careful what I say. But yes, I do actually follow her now. I also follow the actor that plays Martin, and he's on another show. I don't know if it's a soap opera or a black soap opera, but he is on another show that I was thinking about watching. I think they're in season 2. I don't know if you know the show, um, but the guy that plays Shin is on there as well. It's something with a Z. I don't remember what the show is called, but there's something with a Z though. Really? Utah Utah got a music video? That okay, that's what it is. Yes. Yeah, another content creator named like with Jessica, like she reviews that show. Which is really interesting because like out of all the videos that she does, like when she reviews that show, like her numbers skyrockets. He is a musician. Yeah. I mean, I know he used to play a Power Ranger, but that's interesting. Yeah, she reviews that show and like her numbers like skyrocketed. I'm like, wow, I guess a lot of people really like that show, despite what people say about Tyler Perry. All right, as fun as this has been, unfortunately, I do have to wake up early in the morning. So I will sit there and call this stream a Rizat. But I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight. Made a hell of a birthday celebration. So I appreciate every single one of y'all for being here. They could have chose to be anywhere else, and it means a lot to me that you were here tonight. So thank you so much. I want everyone to have a great weekend. If you're a member, I will sit there, cringe. If you're a member, I will sit there and see you tomorrow. If you're not a member, make sure you join to become a member. Have some fun stuff throughout the weekend. Have a good night, Jess. Thank you for joining, even though she called me cringe. Um, have a good night, Blackmon. Queen Jess. Have a good night, Spiderquake. Thank you, Dolmetics. Thank you for coming through. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Spiderquake. Have a good night, Queen of the South. Have a good night, Darby. Thank you again so much. Hope I get to see you this weekend. Oh, I hope I get to see everyone this weekend. Good. Come remember, let's have some fun this weekend. Got some fun stuff set up. So Johnson says, join us for another edition of Soul Child without the Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. The mic will fall into my victim movement, of course. Thank you. Let me screenshot that. It just takes like forever to get there. Let me look that up tonight. I'm gonna look it up tonight before I go to bed. Thank you, Jonathan. It doesn't have any. I'll check it out. Johnson says, "Good night, everyone." And hit the like. Yes, hit that like button because it really does help. Very fun stream, so I appreciate y'all for being here. And I will see y'all in the next stream. Laters.